This week is the Bahrain Grand Prix. I am so excited. This is a really unique track because it's a desert track and there is sand that gets blown across it. So it offers some very unusual conditions. It's also got 3 DRS zones, so we've got lots of opportunities for overtaking. There's one along this straight, there's one along this straight, and there's one along here. Before each DRS zone is a detection point. You can find them along the track. But what makes this track unique is at the end of this DRS zone, there's a detection point right before the next one. This means that when two drivers are close and maybe Hamilton has just overtaken Alonso, well, then Alonso will be in DRS, so he can potentially overtake Hamilton again on this straight. I think it's going to make for a much more exciting race than we had in Suzuka. Typically, this race is going to be a two-stop race because it's such a high abrasion. You're going to see a lot of soft, hard, soft, which means that the teams will most likely be saving all of their softs and hards for the race and using the mediums during practice. This is also going to be a night race, which is so much fun to see with all of the lights. But it also means that the track temps will be cooling down. So because practice and the quali and the race are all at different times, you're going to see varying tire degradation. Tires really like a nice hot surface to stick to. If it's too hot, then it'll wear them away too quickly. But if it's too cold, that will also wear them out. So they're really trying to find a sweet spot. The cooling temperatures at night are going to give us some interesting situations, and it could mean that the tires last longer as the race goes on. So you might see some teams go with softs, wear them out quickly, hards for the middle of the race while the track cools down, and then softs again to do more overtaking. Some interesting things to note about this race is that it actually has a longer pit window. That is the time from when the driver comes off of the racetrack and into the pits and then back onto the track. Each racetrack is a little bit different, and this one is a little bit longer. Instead of the average 20 seconds, we're looking at 23 seconds. So that'll be an integral part of anybody's pit or tire strategy. Pirelli will also be bringing some of its hardest tires, C1, 2, and 3. These are the same tires that we saw at Suzuka. However, Suzuka's track was significantly cooled, meaning that the tires really didn't degrade much, making for a slightly boring race. Also, this will probably be a fairly low evolution track, meaning that from the beginning of practice all through the weekend into the race, you're not going to see crazy, major, significant changes. We definitely saw that in Shanghai, where as the track got rubbered in, we noticed faster and faster and faster lap times. And while faster lap times are certainly something we might see, it's not going to be on the same scale as a track that has incredibly high evolution. Lots of the teams have upgrades coming to Bahrain that have been reported, so let's go over a few of them. First off, Ferrari. They are struggling. Lewis Hamilton said in his last interview after Suzuka that there is a problem with the floor that they've discovered and that they will be trying to fix before Bahrain. It's going to help increase their downforce by making changes to the floor. If you don't know what downforce is, let's go over it. So imagine that this is the bottom of the car and that this is the air going past the car as it drives. As you can see, the paper is drawn to the faster air. That's because faster air is less dense. When you have less dense air on one side and heavier air on the other side, the item in the middle shifts towards the less dense air. So fast air going underneath the car will make the car more attracted to the road. It'll feel like it's getting pushed down. That's the downforce. So Ferrari is working on their floor to help increase this downforce, but they're also stiffening up the rear so that even when the car is experiencing heavy downforce, it's not getting so far down that it's scraping the bottom of the floor and disqualifying the drivers. They're also going to bring a new front wing that'll help funnel the air into the floor of the car, increasing downforce and balance. Mercedes is likely to also bring upgrades. They're changing some of the parts around the edge of the car underneath the side pods next to the floor. This is to help funnel the air more towards the floor in a way that should help increase the downforce and how well the car is able to stick to the road. They also might be bringing a front wing addition or one that's slightly modified to help funnel that air towards the floor. And they're not the only ones bringing a floor change. McLaren is reported to have been bringing a floor change as well. They're trying to help even out the car. While Mercedes has great balance right now, McLaren is still working on that. They're also going to be trying a new third beam wing spec that'll help funnel the air as well. And last but not least, Racing Bulls. They're trying to make some floor adjustments as well. So that's the Bahrain race. I'm really excited to see what happens. And if you want to learn more about F1 or any of our upcoming races, please leave a comment below. And thank you so much for watching.